Today we're gonna explore 3 delicious dinner ideas I cook quite frequently in my 3rd trimester. During the 3rd trimester, I have been stir-frying much less, because normally that would involve at least 2 dishes, one for meat and the other for the veggie. As my belly gets bigger and bigger, the less continuous standing I have to do, the better I feel. So nowadays, I prefer to focus on one main dish for dinner, but still make sure the meals are nutritionally balanced. For the first dinner, Korean barbecue. I usually buy different sorts of pre-cutted meat from the local Korean grocery store. I prefer beef over pork in Korean barbecue, and the beef short ribs are always my favorite. But if you prefer something less fatty or non-meat options, chicken and the king oyster mushrooms are great subs. First up, I preheat the pan under medium heat, and when the pot is hot, toss the meat. For well done, let it sit for 6 minutes for one side, flip, and cook for another 6 to 8 minutes for the second side. No need to add any seasonings because we're gonna make some super delicious dipping sauces while the meat is cooking. Soy sauce with wasabi is my go-to sauce. It goes really well with beef. Another option, salt, pepper, and sesame oil is just a classic. Last, the Salmon soybean paste is just a perfect match when you wrap the meat with leafy vegetables. Well, the sauces are done. Our first batch of meat is cooked as well. I like to take them out and use a paper towel to absorb the extra oil. Now add our second batch to the pan. If the pan accumulates too much oil, use paper towels to drain the oil to avoid oil splashing everywhere. I added some baby pink mushroom to the pan. They just taste like meat, maybe even better. When the second batch is cooking, let's prepare the wraps. Wash some lettuce and perilla leaves. Chop some Korean chili peppers, bell peppers, and garlic. Prepare some kimchi and seaweed. That's it. The rainbow is all you need for your wraps. I like to put the first batch of the meat back to the pan so that they can be served hot. You can enjoy the meat with any of the dipping sauces directly or make some veggie wraps. The veggie wraps with the sauce, garlic, and kimchi just bring the dish to another level. You always feel like you can eat more. And there you have it, a pretty simple but super delicious meal. The next dinner we're gonna make is pork ribs with veggies in one pot. This is my hometown recipe and I cook it all the time. These are 2 pounds baby back ribs, and I asked the meat cutter employee to help me do a twice cross cut at the store. That way I can easily cut the ribs into small bite pieces at home. First, we're gonna soak the ribs in the water for 2 hours to get rid of the blood. Add half tablespoon of cooking oil in the cold pan. Melt some raw candy under low heat. This way can help the ribs generate a bright caramelized color and produce new aromatic flavor. Regular sugar and brown sugar will do the same work. Then add 40 grams of sliced ginger, 4 garlic cloves, and 3 stalks of green onion in the pot. Stir fry the ingredients until they started to release a good smell. After that, we change the heat to medium-high and add the pork ribs. After cooking 3 to 4 minutes, let's season the ribs with 1.5 tablespoons of soybean paste, 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce, and 2 tablespoons of cooking wine. Add 2 star anise seeds, 3 baby leaves, and 1 teaspoon Sichuan peppercorn and cook it for an extra minute. Next, we add 4 cups of hot water under high heat. When it starts to boil, reduce the heat to medium-low, cover, and let it cook for an hour. While the meat is cooking, we will chop 1 eggplant, 1 potato, 1 green pepper, and 1 tomato into big chunks. After 1 hour of cooking the ribs, we're gonna add 500 grams green beans, cover with a lid, and let it cook for 10 minutes under medium-low heat. Add some salt if necessary. After 10 minutes, we're gonna add the eggplant, cover, and cook for another 10 minutes. Then add the potato, cover, and cook for another 10 minutes. And last, add the green pepper and the tomato, cover and cook for the last 10 minutes. If you like the sweet potato noodles, add them in with the green pepper with the tomatoes, but they are optional. Finally, add 2 chopped garlic cloves to bring the dish to optimum flavor. This dish is good to eat both with rice and on its own. And that's it, a warm, wholesome, and flavorful one-pot recipe. The last recipe is quick and easy, healthy, salmon cilantro pesto veggie plate. First, we're gonna chop some asparagus and carrots. Season the salmon with salt and pepper. Preheat the pan and add 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. Add the salmon in and let it sit for 6 to 7 minutes under medium-low heat. Meanwhile, we're gonna make the cilantro pesto sauce by adding 2 cups of cilantro, 2 garlic cloves, a 1/4 cup of pine nuts, half squeezed lemon juice, a 1/4 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, half cup of extra virgin olive oil, half teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon black pepper in a blender. Use the posing mode and blend and posing for every second. This way we can create a nice consistency sauce, but still can keep the texture of the ingredients. After that, we're gonna flip our fish and let it cook for another 7 to 8 minutes. At the same time, we're gonna add 2 cups of hot water in another pan. Drip some olive oil to steam our vegetables. Add some salt and pepper, cover the pan and let it steam for 2 to 3 minutes. I overcooked the vegetables in the video by cooking them for 5 minutes. Lastly, I microwaved some quinoa and brown rice leftovers. Put everything on 1 plate. There you have it, a super easy, quick, and delicious salmon plate.